Those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Now a play fake. Lance. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. First down and a little extra for Mostert. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Mostert. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. Again, it's Mostert. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Play fake. Murray. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Green.
They'll run here with Connor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Murray. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Cardinals' 22-yard line.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And that is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Lance looking to throw it. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Zaven Collins in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll run with Mostert, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up first and 10. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 17-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Murray trying again after the pick 6. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle, and he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right, that run after catch.
The same target, same result. It's Kittle. Yet again, just a bruising carry. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. Lance finding Kittle, first down San Francisco. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. The Lance now to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Shotgun now for Lance. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Edmonds a first down and more. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Being chased out left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They hand it off to Mostert. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And talk about a quick answer. This looked like a missed assignment. You'd think someone would be able to rein him in after he makes this catch, but he's so slippery in the open field, he's able to take it all the way to the end zone.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Off of play action, here's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 79 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Zaven Collins, rookie first-round pick there on the stop.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Murray giving to Connor on the option. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Murray now. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And after the touchdown, out goes Prater to kick. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. It's complete to Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Murray a give. This is counter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
43's the mic.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Prater's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 108 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From midfield, here's Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This is Mostert. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the 17, Lance. That's Gallup on the slant. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A gain of 32 that time.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. Hey.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cardinals. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a dump off here complete, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
on second down, Mostert.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Throwing now is Lance. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up fourth. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. Murray. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. The 30. 10. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah. What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, corner, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
One final try now for Lance.
Looking for the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter. lose that lead, maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Cardinals, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the 40